Hi and welcome on this channel. If you're new here, my name is Maureen and here we talk about mindset, we talk about breathwork, and we also talk about spirituality. Yes, this is the subject of today. As my usual, this is the second time I am recording this because there has been some outdoor noises that has been perturbating my sound. So let's all take a deep breath in, relax, grab your tea if you want, and let's just have some type of relaxed chat today because this is what this is about. And fingers crossed, no more outdoor noises external to hear. I hope you cannot hear the plane right now going above. I don't know why. There's no noises, and every time I start recording literally anything, there's just, I don't know, an avalanche of everything, and it's very annoying. But let's focus on the positive. So today we are going to chat about toxic spirituality. Yes, it's a thing. I've decided it is a thing. So I've wanted to chat about this for a little while because I have been in the spiritual world for honestly so many years, more than 10 years, which eventually led me to mindset and then breathwork. So I've been here and there in this world, and there has been some things that I've heard and that I've seen here in this domain, in this area, that, didn't really resonate with me. And I thought, well, it sounds a little bit toxic. So I just wanted to jump in here and chat about this because I also want you to see kind of the other side of spirituality. And don't misunderstand me. I'm very spiritual. I love anything spirituality. I do believe that we are human beings or spiritual beings having a human experience. But there has been some things that as humans, we have appropriated for ourselves and made it some kind of truth or some kind of, something we call spirituality, when in reality, it's more just about control. So let's dive into this. So when I first dived into spirituality and, manifestation, all of that, I really saw this as a game. So I made my vision board. I loved being creative. I loved the fact that, I could just think something and then it would just, someday be real. And that we had some type of control over our own life was something that really interested me. And, time went by, and then it became more about, oh yeah, but you should do this, you should do that. Oh, and yes, you can manifest, and of course you should take action, and of course you should do all these beautiful things. And it kind of became like, oh, you need to control. So you need to control, obviously you're controlling your actions. That is completely true. But you need to control your thoughts, and you need to always think positive. And this I don't agree with, because we are just humans, okay? Of course, we are going to have negative thoughts that pops here and there. And I think saying that you can only have positive thoughts just is kind of saying like, hey, you're not allowed to be human. You're not allowed to be sad. You're not allowed to have anxiety. You're not allowed to have stress. You're not allowed to have worries in your life. And of course, that's impossible. So it's kind of creating this impossible, perfect narrative that somehow, when we are spiritual, when we have attained a certain level of spirituality, then we just only think positive and only positive things will come to us. Hello. No, this does not happen, okay? We go through several human experiences. It's literally like a roller coaster. I always say that, okay? We always go up and then we go down. There's always, one day you're going to wake up all positives, and the next day something horrible will happen and you will feel like shit. So this is what this is, no matter how spiritual you are, no matter how positive you're trying to think. There will always be something that is outside of our control, that is external, because that's just what life is, okay? We cannot have a perfect experience. Honestly, that would be kind of boring in my opinion, but this is just not possible. So this is what I would qualify as toxic spirituality, is just kind of saying like, oh, you should always think positive and always these beautiful things will happen. And I'm talking so much about social media. You're gonna think I'm against social media. No, okay, I love social media, but I do think there's a dark side to it, like in everything. And you know, when we see kind of these perfect lives and people talking about manifestation and all of that on Instagram, I do really appreciate, first of all, that they're saying, you know, like, oh, if you want, you can. I love that part where people are saying that, and we should have that. But part of me is also wondering, these aren't the idea that everything is always perfect and, oh, I have this beautiful life. I can buy, I don't know, like 5 Chanel bags, or I can eat out whenever I want, I can travel. It's beautiful. Of course we want this life. But doesn't that mean that these people also go through hard emotional things, or maybe they have financial distress somehow? And even though they have all these beautiful things, they still feel like shit some days. And I wish there would be more of that sometimes, you know, online, where people would really show that, oh, I have this amazing life. I'm traveling, you know, I'm a business owner. I love what I'm doing. It's amazing. But also kind of showing the other side of it, of I'm just a regular human who is having shit days. And I don't see that much of it. And I think, of course, there are people out there, like I am personally trying to do that myself. And it's not perfect, okay? I do want you to know that this is what I would call toxic spirituality or toxic positivity. Another thing that I've noticed, and this is, I would say, more about mindset rather than spirituality, although, you know, with my years of experience, I find that both of them kind of go together, spirituality and mindset. But what I've seen, and it's funny because it was a lot of men, and I think, you know, there's a lot of virility into this. Obviously, it's not just men, but motivational videos. Okay, can we talk about this, please? Can we please talk about this? When I looked at them, and I know they inspire a lot of people, and I think it's great too, you know, because sometimes you need that type of boost to kind of keep going. You need that type of mentality to keep going, and you need to keep yourself accountable. And I'm all in for that because, you know, as humans, we lose motivation very quickly. So motivational videos, yes, they can be awesome. But I've seen some videos out there that are kind of toxic mindset, kind of toxic spirituality altogether, where they're basically saying like, and this is a true fact, a true video I've seen, don't have emotions. Don't listen to your emotions. Just keep going. Keep doing this. Keep doing that. Don't listen to how you're feeling. It doesn't matter if you're not feeling well, like just keep going. And I was like, I do not agree with this. I don't think you should dismiss any emotions that you're feeling. Emotions are a message from your body and your mind that something is utterly wrong with you right now and that you should probably listen to it. Otherwise, you will internalize it. It will stay in your body. By the way, I am a breathwork practitioner. Okay, this is my domain. Like everything we keep in the body is my domain. I've seen it either in myself, either in my clients and participants. We keep a lot in our bodies. We actually keep everything. Every emotion, every situation will stay in the body unless you kind of let it out. You kind of let it out through an emotional state. So saying that, dismiss what you're feeling, just keep going, that rarely works. And to me, that is absolutely toxic. Okay. Again, this is my opinion. I'm not fully against motivational speeches or video. I think we need that, but it has to be done the right way. And motivation shouldn't stand in the way of how you're feeling physically or mentally, because those are signs that you should absolutely listen. This is not to be what's the word in English? This is not to be mistaken with procrastination, for example, because procrastination, it's a whole other thing. There's a lot of psychology behind it. So don't mistake not being motivated with procrastination. Those are two different things. I'm just talking about motivational videos here and what I've heard. And I was really shocked by this, and it's kind of like old school to me as well, because it's kind of giving me corporate vibes. Like always push, just be productive, don't listen to your emotions, things like that. And I'm like, no, this is not what we're about in 2023. This is no. Okay, no. So listen to your emotions, to what they're saying. There's also a part where we can kind of detach as well. Like, okay, I've listened to you. I've seen you, emotion. I've seen what you're about. But I am going to slowly detach from you so that I can keep doing my things, okay? This is bringing awareness. This is not about letting yourself being swallowed into the emotion, which is also something else. But saying that don't listen to your emotions, for me, it's a no. Another point that I want to bring in today is I've seen people being very spiritual and always looking for something to heal. Always looking for spiritual events or spiritual experiences. And they always think that they have something to heal, almost as if they were broken. We're not broken, okay? We're humans. We're having experiences. We're having traumas. Everyone have them on a different degrees, obviously, but we all have stuff that we have to deal with, and it doesn't mean that we have to always heal. And I'm going to share something here. I've had very recently, a psychedelic experience, okay? I've shared one that I've had a little while ago. This is another one that I've done with psilocybin. And one thing that came up for me, I'm not going to share too much because I'm not ready yet to share that experience. Maybe one day I will share it in an episode. Let me know if that would interest you, maybe. But what came up to me was that we don't always need to heal. We don't always need to ascend, or whatever the word is in spirituality. There's no ascending, okay? We're just having the experience that we need to have in this moment, whatever experience it is. We're not broken. We don't need fixing. There are things that we can allow to let go, emotions that we don't want anymore, and that we can move and acknowledge and letting go and moving on, obviously, yes. But we also need to just accept that we're humans, that we're having this experience, and this is what we have to go through right now, and that we are going through. Accept it. There's no state where we will be perfect. We'll never be perfect in this human life. We came here on earth to have this experience as a human. This is what our souls went to get. So it's important to respect that as well. And by saying and always like, oh, I need healing, I need to do this and this spiritual experience and this, you're not respecting that boundary of I am human. Okay? I'm here to experience. That's it. Just rest, for God's sake. Like, just let your body rest and your mind rest. You just need to be sometime. You don't need to always look for things. And this is also valid for manifestation. It's beautiful to have dreams and ambitions, but you don't always need to go out there and do the work, as we call it. Sometimes it feels good to release when it's been a little while, kind of do like a spring cleaning. But you don't need to do that all the time. Sometimes we feel like shit, and we just need to accept that we're feeling like shit, and that we will move on from that state and it will be fine. But we don't always need to look for that spiritual experience and healing. Again, we're not broken. I do believe that there are things that we're not supposed to know here in this life, and that maybe happened to our ancestors, that maybe happened when we were little and we have no memory of it, or happened in another life if you believe in reincarnation. And I don't believe that we are supposed to always go poke in there and try to understand. And it's really our human minds that want to control. We always want to have some control over things. We want to have answers to everything. So this is our nature, right? To try to understand what's up. But I don't believe that we are supposed to go poke onto every little holes in there. And there are things that we're not supposed to understand. There are things that are supposed to stay hidden and stayed in a corner of our soul or our subconscious. And it could be very detrimental to bring it up. It could bring up some trauma, and it could bring up things that we were not supposed to know, doors that we were not supposed to open. In all transparency, this is what happened to me during my psychedelic ceremony recently, the most recent one. I felt like I had opened a door that I was not really supposed to open, and it felt like a lot, too much almost for me to handle. And I was not really supposed to open that door and get all of the information that I received. And so this is my message to you today. We're not supposed to open all the doors, because it can also be very traumatic for us sometimes to know all the answers that we're looking for and open doors that were not supposed to be open and get the information that we're not supposed to have. So this is my tip for you today. Really, there's something. This might be the most important part, honestly. And I really want you to be aware of that, because this can create new traumas that you didn't have before when you go poke at something and you just go too far. Yeah, I wish I would have known that advice before, honestly. So, yeah, just listen to me. I mean, you do what you want, okay? If you want to go out there, get all the answers that you want, who am I to tell you not to do that? But I'm just trying to warn you here that not all the answers are good to know. You do what you want with this piece of information. Okay, loves, this is the end of this episode. I've been trying to do kind of shorter episodes. Let me know if you prefer it, if you like it this way. And again, don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment on this video. And I will see you soon. Bye.